Ruth says she's joining in from Canada. Hello, Ruth. Thank you for joining in. I love your smile, by the way. Right. So today we're going to go from the we're going to go from the opening prayer to the opening remarks, the keynote presentation. We're not going to waste a lot of our time. Of course, literally, we're not going to utilize a lot of our time because we know you have a lot to do. Let me not say waste in the real sense of it, yeah? So yeah, okay, Ayorinde and all of that, joining. We're going to be utilizing all the time that we have here today. We're not wasting anybody's time, and we hope to get out of this place max 1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah. So I'm going to call on the person to have the opening prayer done right now. So we're going to have an opening prayer to open this event. This is Nigeria. This is how we do it. We always pray. We recognize God and admit what He has done for us. So I'm going to call on the person to start the opening prayer. Okay, I'm checking the participant list and seeing that the person is in here. So James, would you do us the honor of calling the person that's supposed to pray? I mean, I think the other person, yeah? So let him just do the opening prayer right now.
Yes, we have Akinyemi Mayokun.
Okay, I saw that he was co-host. Okay, so he can go on and start the opening prayers. We're ready. Hi, Mayokun. If you can hear me, please join in and start the opening prayers. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mayokun. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity that you have given every one of us. We commit this book closer to your glorious hand. And we start in of God the Father, and of God the Son, and of God the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Mayokun. Amen. Amen. In Jesus' name. Amen. We have over 17 participants right now, 17 participants on this call. Ayorinde, Oluwale, Olaola Smith, John Ode, Ayorinde again. I don't know what your last name is. I don't want to moderate. Right. So please, if you're just joining us, please introduce yourself, where you're joining us from, and what your name is. Just your name and where you're joining us from. Welcome once again to the book launch of James Popola. This is the room where we all hit it into crossing so much limit tonight. And I'll be opening the floor. If you just came in, once again, I'm seeing like a lot of people just trooping in. Thank you. Please let me know where you're joining in from. I really want to see my Kwara people. I miss that state, honestly. Right, please join in. Let us know where you're joining in from. Tell me your name in the comment section, please, in the comment section, your name and where you're joining in from. Thank you so much. So right now, we've already done the opening prayer. We're going straight to the opening remarks. We're going straight to the opening remarks, which is going to be by James and Ruth. I don't want to talk about Ruth right now. I hope James is going to do a little bit of justice to that, because I'm saying some of the things in my bio, in her bio here, and I'm like, oh my God, all right, okay. So James, okay, just before we do that, oh, Ayorinde, finally, from Ilorin, thank you. Oluwabusola joining from Abuja, yay! Right, okay, great. So I'm going to call on James for the opening remarks. James, are you ready?
Yes,
James,
I am.
All right, yes. Amazing. Please have the floor right now. You can take the mic.
Wow, thank you very much for joining, guys. I really appreciate this is the day I've actually been looking forward to, and thank you guys for tuning in today. So we're talking briefly about what you are here to do, and it's basically about the book Crossing Limits, a book with 10 proven strategies to help you achieve more with less. Quite a number of people do believe that what they have is not enough, but I believe, and I strongly believe, that you have what you need to achieve more in life. So this journey started by me conceiving the topic idea in January, on the 3rd of January to be specific. And then in February, I had a contact with Roots, who happened to be the publisher, which I'm going to be giving the opportunity to also talk about how we're able to move from just an idea to creating a book, and the book into making it to a point where we have it published. And also it's been a long and amazing time, amazing journey. Despite the fact that the time zone is different, I decided to work with Roots because I saw a lot of work that she has done, and also she delivered Crossing Limits as an author midwife. So I would like to hand over to Ruth while we go on in this book launch, and I'm also going to be talking more about the book. So over to you, Ruth, the author midwife. She's an entrepreneur. She's based in Canada, and also she's a Christian, and also she's also the one who published my book, Crossing Limits, and she gave the guide from 0 to 100. So thank you very much, and over to you, Ruth.
Well, thank you, James. It's my privilege to be here today. And for those of you who don't know me, I had the privilege of spending my early years in Southern Africa, in South Africa and Botswana. And Africa is dear to my heart. I would love to come back sometime. So who knows, maybe I'll get to see you in person sometime. But yes, it has been an amazing journey with James. He downloaded a free ebook that I had made available on Twitter. And then he reached out to me and he asked me a lot of questions, and we had a great conversation. And I just encouraged him to start with this book, and he followed through. For those of you who don't know, there are 4 million books published every year. However, even though 98% of people say they want to write a book, very few people follow through, and James followed through. About only 3% of those who say they want to write a book get it written, and then of those people, very few publish their book. And James has crossed both limits. So congratulations, James. It's been such a joy working with you, from going from your idea to figuring out the order of chapters and getting the initial draft done, and then editing, which can be a painful process. But you persevered. And even a month ago, I remember having a conversation with James, and he's like, I don't know if I can do this, but he persevered and he did it. So let's all cheer him on as he's launching his book. And thank you, James, for allowing me to be part of the process. I'll hand it back to you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to be working with you for this, and also I look forward to more partnership. And yes, thank you very much all for joining. I really appreciate your presence, and yes, I hope you're going to learn a lot and also share ideas while we continue this launching event. Thank you so much. Over to you, Faith Emmanuel.
Amazing. This is so enlightening. I heard James talk about how he knew that a lot of people had issues with starting with what they had, and he wanted to write something that could help them actually cross this limit. I am super excited about this book launch this evening, pardon me, because I believe it's going to be like a change. I mean, it's going to be an actual change for a lot of people. Thank you also, Ruth, for going through the process with James. And like you said, I can relate. A lot of people have things they want to do, not just writing books, but in your field, writing books, and just somehow they never make it to the finish line. Everybody has big ideas. Everybody wants to do something, but the main gist is, are you going to do it? Thank you so much for that presentation. So right now we're going to go to the keynote presentation. The keynote presentation by Olasupo Abidin. James, is Abidin here?
No, not yet. So it's not correct yet, but we have other speaker like Ola and Dr. Oluwole Fakpo in that house. Yes.
All right, amazing. So if you're just joining us as well, please let us know where you're joining in from, your name and where you're joining it in from. This is the book launch for James Popola. His book is titled Crossing Limits, 10 Proven Strategies to Achieve More with Less. In Nigeria, this is the bomb right now. If you understand the season, if you understand the current trends, and if you understand what's going on, this is a book that is right on time for the season. So being here is not a mistake. This is actually the right place to be tonight. So James, please, I'd like you to call who you want to speak next, right? Who you want to speak next. Since the keynote is not here, we can bypass that for now. Yeah.
Yes, over to you, Dr. Oluwole Fakpo. Would like to hear from how you met James and why you feel you want to get a copy of the book.
Amazing.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
I apologize, I'm unable to uncover my video. I'm currently in transit. I just decided to stop by and join this meeting at this appropriate time. Thank you, everyone, for joining once again. And I must say that I don't want to take much of our time. So I must say that this book is also very personal to me because James is an incredibly hardworking young man that I believe in him so much. When he told me about the book, I was incredibly inspired because not many people in its current socioeconomic class, so to say, would think of writing a book. And writing a book means that you want to leave your name on the Rock of Times, right? For other people to be able to follow that path. And while I was going through that book, I was super proud of every line, of every page of this amazing book. I met James while he was an undergraduate. It was really fresh. I think a Wikipedia Club thereabout. Yes, that was where I met him. I was a member of the Wikipedia Club at the time, and he was joining for the first time. And I mean, today he's the president of the club, interestingly, you know. And I mean, over the years, it has been an incredible relationship with James. In fact, James is one of those very few people who can come over to my house and spend as long as they can. You know, can ask a lot of questions, just like Ruth has earlier said. You know, he can ask a lot of mind-blowing questions, and he keeps asking questions on questions. So I'm really inspired by this book. If you're on this platform, I think that this is the book you should get. I'm also going to be getting some copies for some people. And I honestly look forward to James's next book. And yes, I think that is the token I'll contribute to this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Oluwole. This is so profound. I am super proud of the fact that you mentioned that you met James when he was still like very fresh, very fresh. A couple of us have that experience, and we've literally watched him transition and emerge into this amazing young man he is today, that is now writing something that is capable of shifting people into transgenerational impact. Thank you so much, Dr. Oluwole. Right now, we'll go over to Onyeka Sonla Rebecca Oni. I hope I pronounced that name right. I'm sorry, I'm not Yoruba. It's Onyeka Sonla. Yeah, you can have the floor now. Please tell us how you met James and why you want to get a copy of this book or some copy of the book. Thank you. Onyi, you have the floor. All right. Onyi, you're gonna have to speak if you're here, right? So from the chat session, we have John Ode from Lagos, Nigeria. Mayokun Akinyemi joining from Ibadan. Welcome, guys. Ayorinde, I can't pronounce your last name, from Ilorin. Thank you. Oluwabusola Abuja. Thank you. Musa Mohammed, Lagos. Ayobami from Ilorin. Welcome. And congratulations, James. Congratulations, James. thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It promises to be an amazing, amazing time right here today. Okay, so Mr. Oladele, I think I got that right. I have a feeling the accent is right for that. Mr. Oladele, please, you have the floor now. Please tell us how you met James and why you're getting copies of his book. Thank you. Mr. Oladele, are you on the call?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, Adeyemi Oladele is my name. I got to know James. Actually, I've not met him one-on-one. I got to know him on the platform of my alma mater, that is Amusa.
Osa, yes, sir.
Yes, while he was trying to go for a conference in Ghana. And, I saw in this young man trying to like, this meeting I'm going for, I must not miss it. I must go. And trying to like publish all his examinations, this thing, and saying that he got admission on the same on the same year. He had his results. Some people were doubting and all that, and I said, no, we must give this young man a chance. This young man is pushing, so we must back him up. So that's how I got to know him. And since then, we've been talking, but I've not seen him one-on-one, but we have been talking actually. So, and he told me about the book about two months ago, and I told him actually, if I'm available, I thought it's even going to be a physical meeting. I never knew it's going to be an online stuff. So I'm happy for him. He's pushing and he's going to get there. He's going to get there because he's pushing for success. Success is not a day job. It's what you push hard for. So this is hard work and it pays. Hard work pays. I'm happy. I've scanned through the book. I've scanned through the book, and in fact, I'm amazed. With his humble background, I was born and bred up in Shomolo as well, and I could pick when you said you can imagine somebody going to buy an Indian ham and you never tested it for one day. You understand? You know how it means. So
Yes,
I also had that humble background as well. But I thank God today. I thank God. So there are many reasons why I'm buying the books to motivate the young one who thinks out there. Like you can see of recent, you can see the issue of the jam blah 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 stuff out there of recent. So we need to motivate people that hard work pays. You understand? So in your book, for you putting God first, it amazed me. God first in everything we do in life. The president we're having today, if I'm not talking of the president of the country, our country alone, even American, the prime minister of the UK and all that, in their sets, they are not the best students. But if you should go back and look at their history, you can see that they push hard for it, they work hard for it. Just like this is your first book, and I believe within a short time you are going to write another one better than this. So I'm getting this copy for young ones who think there is no hope out there. Because in your book, I can see there is hope out there. And there are some illustrations which you got right in your book. We need mentor. Every successful man in life, you need an advisor, you need a mentor, because these are people that has gone through, that has passed through a situation you are about to pass through. So it's 18 steps of success when you have a mentor. So the reason I'm getting the book is just for what I've just said. And do I need to say how many copies I'm getting, or it doesn't matter?
Fine. That's fine, because we know you're getting 100 copies. So thank you so much, sir.
It's fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Oladele. This is so profound. I like how
Lot-
you went from creating a bridge between the young to the new and back to the old. This is really, really, really great. So tonight, one of the very important things I need us to do as we're listening to the speakers speak and to everyone who is going to be speaking tonight is please pay attention and write things down. This is beyond a book launch. It is also the older people coming here to share insight and knowledge with the young ones, especially if you're still in a university in Nigeria. This is a book launch that is beyond ordinary for you. So please come with that mindset. Be here with that mindset that you're looking out for transformation. You're looking out to actually crossing the limits of your life. Thank you so much, Mr. Oladele. Right now, we're going to move on to Joe Tumishe. Joe Tumishe. Tumishe, I kind of remember that James, you were supposed to come up later, but we have to let you come on now. So please, the floor is open for you. Let us know how you know James, and let us know how many copies of the book you're getting. That's in 2 minutes. Thank you so much. Joe Tumishe. Yeah, welcome Tumishe. Tumishe, you have the floor. You can speak. We can see the icon for your profile here. So your DP, yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. James Pokuola happens to be my classmate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we've had a very robust relationship since for the past 2-3 years now. And one thing I've noticed about James is the zeal and the passion to make change happen. And I think that appeals to me as ever since I met him, he has always been driving to be better. I mean, we used to call him Manjala. Well, I hope you won't take offense, James. So he travels a lot, he's passionate about Africa, and I'm so very much interested in that. And aside from being a very worldly successor to me, personally, book, it gave this hope to me that others are going to see it, are going to have something they can relate to. That no matter your background, no matter your economic situation, no matter where you came from, you can be something. You can be something if you determine to be something. I think what I got from that was the intentionality in every of his action. I put that in my review, actually. The intentionality in every of his action. You can't just be something without being intentional about it. So that is it. And I recommend it for everyone. I'll get a copy myself, and I'll get more copies for others to read. And I believe strongly it's going to make a very huge impact in the coming generations. So a big shout out to James Pokuola. I know for certain that in the future, in the next 3 months, we're going to be out of the lorry. We are still going to meet, and we're still going to have a big project to do concerning Africa and globally at the same time. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you, Joe Tumishe. Thank you so much. Did anyone hear Joe say James is his classmate? Is his classmate? Oh my God, keynote is stuck in my head. Is his classmate? James is a young man still in the university. My God, this is mind-blowing already for me. Listening to his classmate talk about him in this light, I can't but help saying that this is something that's going to be transgenerational and transformational for anybody. This particular book launch is not regular. It's not regular. Thank you, Joe. Joe said one thing that he wants to take away from James is James's intentionality. And the truth is, James is a very, very intentional person. I've seen that about him. He goes all out. If he wants to do something, he gets it done. The time frame for this book launch was something, I'm like, can we achieve it? Can it be done? James said, yes, we're doing it. And this is it. And we're doing it for real. So intentionality is one key that anybody trying to attain success or any height or trying to cross any limit at all, intentionality is a virtue, is a key, it's a principle, whatever you want to call it, you need to have it. Thank you so much, Joe. Let me check the chat session and be sure that some of the people joining in are really, really telling me where they are joining in from. So if you just joined us, please tell us your name and where you're joining us from. Oh, someone says I can't currently talk as I'm in church. Okay, that was only, okay. Oh my God, we're sorry, you're in a different time zone. Okay, amazing. President AESA Unilorin says, love from all of us. We are catching the love here. We love you right back. Right now, we're going to go to the keynote speech. Our keynote speaker is around. Hallelujah. Yeah, I said that to waking us all up. We're not in church. Somebody said she's in church. So let's come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive. We're going to welcome our keynote speaker right now. If you're here, Mr. Abidin, you can have the floor right now. Welcome, Abidin.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, and good afternoon, good morning, and good evening from different part of the world. And I'm super excited to have been invited to give this speech. And if some of you could easily depict or notice, you notice my eyes are still high. I had to just wake up from my sleep. Oh, wow, James is gonna just murder me if I submit this. So because I had a lot of long nights, so I had to sleep and catch up. Congratulations, James. And it's something I'm super excited about. And I want to sincerely appreciate every one of us from across the globe for joining this and, you know, doing this to appreciate the intellectual capacity of Mr. James Bukola. I got to meet James. And of course, that was what he reflected in his book as well. James was not just like any normal hungry author that is maybe because he doesn't have what he wants to hit. So as a result of, let me write this book, let me sell it for 3K, 5K, 10K to gather something to hit. If you critically look at the book, one thing that makes it exceptional for me was the fact that he used his own personal story. He used case study. If you have ever attended any Masters of Business Administration, any MBA classes, what distinguishes MBA classes from the normal pedestrian classes is the fact that they use case study that you could relate with. So I got to meet James on social media. I think it was on Facebook. So from Facebook to Yali to, you know, working together at BBYTI. But I got to know him much more closer when I worked with Project Everyone to place all the SDGs on Wikipedia. Among all the volunteers that worked with me in about 3 or 4 years ago, James was extremely exceptional. As in, one thing that makes me dazed about him is the fact that he's never tired of, you know, putting much more effort, pushing. Even when I personally brought him up on the project, was really tired. James was never tired. He believed, oh, this could still be done better. This could still be edited and tweaked to really meet up with, you know, the demand of the international standard. And not only that as well, he kept on giving him his best to ensure that we delivered on that project. So since that time, his name has been registered in my brain that whenever I have the opportunity, I will continue to, you know, make something meaningful in the life of James. So we got to meet, I think, late last year. He just told me, and there's something James does every year. On the occasion of my birthday, James is one of the 5 people that we take his time to send an email. It is called intentionality, and that is what is also reflected in the book. You know, you've got to be intentional about the kind of life you want to live for yourself. And you've got to be intentional about the kind of memory you want to leave behind for people. Do you want to be the person that, if anyone wants to host an international event and, you know, the world president is coming, like my sister hosting this event will be the one to anchor it. Just from our humor, just from our relationship with people, from our smile, from our interpersonal relationship, from our communications, from the kind of languages she's using to interact, to encourage everybody. So who exactly do you want to be? It's featured in this book. And not only that as well, James had an on-book background. The day he was telling me about his background, I was like, are you sure of this, James? So you went through all this and you are still this strong? He was just always smiling. So I just told him then, even I myself, I've never written a book because I know it takes a lot of intellectual capacity to write, to put something on paper and write a book. So I give it to you, James, and I congratulate you on this August occasion. If you are the individual that has always been passionate about success, you want to see those who their background have not allowed their back to be laid on the ground, how they did it, how they transferred the ecosystem, especially in the development space, how they leverage an opportunity, how they built a relationship, how they broke the glass ceiling. Sincerely speaking, you have got no reason to get any other book aside this book as well. And of course, another important thing that James made mention is something that a whole lot of us, many a times, we don't get to talk about these things. Beyond the effort, beyond the capacity, beyond the competence, beyond the experience, there's a subject of favor. There's a subject of spirituality. There's a subject of faith, because there are thousands of people who are doing the same thing that you are doing as well. But due to one reason or the other, success has not located them. So James also expressed some of these things, incorporating, different methodology of saying you need to hold your faith dearly. Are you the type that you are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim, or are you a traditionalist? Whatever the kind of God that you worship, it's always good to, place everything beyond them. And something also is exceptional. James combines this with being an undergraduate, not just an undergraduate of a school, but an undergraduate of the best university in Nigeria. I know some university would say, yeah, on the chat box, the University of Ilorin. So, you could imagine how challenging. James wasn't living on the campus, going to school in the morning, the problem of transportation, coming back in the evening again, yet he's a global leader. I call him a global leader because, James has been exploring, traveling out of the country to different countries at the level of the AU, at all other platforms, leaving his own name and his own mark to remain ever indelible in the reminiscences of people. So if there's nothing, the worst thing you could use your money to eat, maybe ice cream or shawarma. But I appeal to you, if you're on this call today, if there's anything that will make me super glad and will make the generation not forget the impact that you have made, is to go on Twitter now, is to go on LinkedIn now, to talk about this thing that we are doing here, and as well, buy a copy. A copy is less than $10 US. So it's still something that we can use to take shawarma and take ice cream. I know it's a dedication. I look forward to that time when we'll continue to encourage, intellectual capacity like this. I know if we have to go and stream movie, or if you say Davido or Whiskey is coming on this call today, I bet you, this Zoom link will have maybe been over 5,000 or over 10,000. But I quite understand, many are called, few are chosen. So once again, so I'm not going to take most of our time. I bought a copy, and my own organization is also making an attempt to buy copies to distribute. I know in the coming days, James will do some giveaway, because I know, as Gen Z, we like a little bit of giveaway. But I'm making a promise that, of course, the Crossing Limits Group book will be bought by Brain Builders Development Initiative, which I worked with. And of course, we'll do some giveaways with it. Once again, congratulations. I'm super, super excited, to see this come true. So just, and over the coffee discussion that we had, oh, James, you should document this thing and you should write a book. And I'm super excited that you took it forward. And of course, today we are here and we are launching that book. Once again, I congratulate you and I sincerely apologize. I just had to wake up from sleep to ensure that this gets done. I hope I'm able to, say something that makes a little bit of sense. So thank you, guys. And over to you, moderator.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abidin. This is enlightening. I have never met you. I've never heard you speak before, but hearing you speak here this evening at this book launch, it's mind-blowing. Thank you for highlighting the very salient points that almost everyone I know knows James would have highlighted. Thank you for the opportunity you're granting to the people who do not know the author of this book, Crossing Limits, to actually get peep into his personal life. Mr. Abidin brought out the fact that James is an undergraduate. And if you've been to any university in Nigeria, or you are in any university in Nigeria currently, you understand how hard it is for you to go beyond whatever it is you're doing in school to now thinking about global impact or global relevance, or even impact at a local level. I mean, it's something so big. Mr. Abidin talked about relationship. when we started this book launch, for some of us that are just joining in, I said, this is beyond a book launch. To me, I kept saying to James, I think you should charge for this book launch because of the caliber of people you're bringing to actually talk. It's like a master class. Mr. Abidin spoke about a very important key to having relationship with people, to building relationship with people, to leaving lasting impressions on people. If you honor people, there is no way you want to do something. There's no way you need something that you won't get it, right? So he talked about relationship, and I remember how he mentioned that James always sent him a mail. Can you imagine? He remembered. So I need every one of us on this call to pay attention as we're going on and pick the things that we are not exactly saying, right? So you might want to leave this call today and decide that every time someone is having a birthday, someone important, someone you think is a mentor to you, someone you adore, someone you reverence, you think that what they're doing is great, you may want to send them a gift. You can just devise your own strategy to be in their lives. And this is not even about what you're getting back. It's about you building a culture that enables you to replicate results every time that you need to replicate the result, right? He spoke about intentionality, which Joe Tumise also spoke about. He talked about the determination for impact. I've seen James have no money, but apply for opportunities that will require him to travel abroad. And you will see him go and do stuff. I've seen James sell things before. Let me even go down, like very low. I've seen James sell bonds. You know, the bonds you buy on the street, because he was looking for money to go for a particular event. I've seen him volunteer his time, sacrifice, and do a lot of things to put himself on a pedestal that allows him be able to mentor other people into a path that helps them also achieve the result that he has. So if he's an undergraduate, if he comes from the kind of background that he does, I'm sure when he comes up to give his speech, I'm sure he will tell us some of how hard it has been for him, but despite all odds he pushed through. You really need to listen to that. Thank you so much, Mr. Abidin. So right about now, I would be calling on James to take the floor and give us his speech. The author's presentation is happening right now. I'm welcoming James Popola, the author of Crossing Limits, 10 Proven Strategies to Achieve More with Less. That's the title of the book. James, you have the floor. If you are ready for us, we are ready for you. Okay, Testimony Adebi just joined us. Thank you, Testimony. I'm seeing a lot of powerful people in this room tonight, and I'm so happy that somehow this is not a physical meeting, because it would have probably made some of us not be available because of the time and distance. I'm so happy that this is a virtual meeting, so everybody literally gets to be here. And for the people that call us Gen Zs and think that Gen Zs actually do not have this readiness for knowledge, we're here to prove you wrong. To see my participants, see my comment sessions too, it's popping with a lot of young people from universities. Trust me, we're glad for the older generation, and we're glad for the knowledge you all are willing to pass down to us. And we're glad that you're adapting to our technology, drama, and sagas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. James, are you ready for us?
Yes, I am.
All right, James. James, you have the floor. Please take over.
Wow. This is really overwhelming for me. I really want to say thank you for everyone for joining, from Lagos, from Abuja, from Ilorin, from Canada, from US, from Australia, from everywhere around the world. I want to say thank you, because you guys took time off to join. Thank you, Mr. Inkosola Oni, for joining despite the fact that you are attending a church service. I want to really appreciate everyone, including people that I couldn't mention. Thanks for everyone who has spoken so far, and for those who are still coming to still talk in the course of this book launch. So basically, I know that people will be wondering, why Crossing Limits? Why not SDG? Why not leadership? Why not this? Why not that? So this is first to tell you that no matter the idea you have, no matter where you conceive it, no matter how you receive it, don't ignore it. So I went to visit one of my uncles in Ghana, and it was High and Mayokun. And then I think on the first or second of the year, I was in the kitchen trying to clear the debts and everything, and also like make preparation for the meal. I think it was breakfast. Then I thought, like, not just a thought, a phrase came to my mind: crossing limits. And then I was curious, crossing limits. Then with limits with an S, I'm like, what could this be? So I wrote it in this book where I wrote what I needed for the year, my plan for the year and everything. So fortunately for me, I just kept it somewhere. So then earlier this year, I was also looking at who can I reach out to. So part of people who came to my mind this year was Mr. Habibin Olashukbo. So I plan to resume the first week that school will resume, but the plan did not go well. So I had to resume before that time. Why? Because I reached out to him. I sent him a mail. I think he wasn't available then. He had meetings even when it was just the beginning of the year. To cut the long story short, so I was to send him a mail, and then he didn't view it. So, and later on, I reminded him, and then I was like, okay, sir, can I schedule a meeting with you? And he said, I would be available so time, so day. And the next day was his event. So I had to leave Ghana and start coming to Nigeria at the earliest time. So I and my friend stayed in Lagos, and I continued the journey down to Ilorin. So when I arrived at his place, we just had a chat. And then the conversation was like, oh, James, you've never said this before. You need to write a book either this year or next year. So I went on with my business because what I discussed with him was not even related to the book. So I guess God spoke through him, and it was like, okay, this is the year. Because last year I attempted it. I can't even find the manuscript. Ayobabi can attest here. So I left it. But in February, I met Ruth. It was through Twitter. Somebody shared a tweet, and then I saw a comment, and then I saw author midwife. What could this mean? Okay, I just remember, so a midwife delivers a child. So I saw in her bio that there is a link for a guide on how to write a book. So I stepped in. So, and I started, and then I booked a meeting with her, which she was sending me a constant reminder, 2 days to go, 1 day to go. That was too intentional. That even gave me more time to clear all my schedule and ensure I attended. So I was able to attend that. And then I was like, how do I begin? Then she gave me a template and said, what are the top 10 ideas you have? What are the topics you have? What are these you have? So we had a brainstorming session, and then we talked. And then from there, we've had time to talk over and over and over. So, and here we have the book Crossing Limits. So, and what really inspired the book is this. Many people don't know about my background or where I grew up from. I grew up in a community where currently it has been developed. Why? Because I visited the place last month, and I could see the development from UNILAG students in that area, where you either engage in smoking or humanizing or doing one other thing. And then I look at where I was, and it wasn't a picture of where I was going, literally. So, and I was so blessed. Part of the people that joined the Zoom were people that I got to meet earlier in my life. So I went to church, and then when I got to church, I joined a group called God's Victorious Violence Army. So these are armies who are victorious. So I was like, okay, I followed the due process, the training and everything. Then they read books every month, at least a book every month. And Pastor Himane Holadimeji, who happens to be the youth pastor of the International Headquarters Church of MFM, and also Pastor Naomi Olugbeson. She got me a copy of Joel Austin's book. And at the conference, I got a copy of Sam Adeyemi's book, Dr. Sam Adeyemi. And then these books really inspired me. I started looking at myself and I said, no, this is not where I want to see myself, but this is where I am currently. So, and this book questioned the kind of place I was, the mindset I had, and it developed me. So, and then here we are talking about the 10 proven strategies I believe can help anyone to cross their limits. Over the course of this conversation, I'll be telling you just a few feedbacks I've gotten from people. So yes, in this book, I talked about my Kairos moment. Oh, the Kairos moment was really the touching for most people because I talked about my background literally, just in brief. So it could give me 10 hours, I could still expand. So I was able to get some of these events that have happened that are memorable and also significant to anyone to learn. So some opportunities might appear to be lost, but if you are persevering and if you persevere so well, you can get it. So that I spoke about the story of how I finished secondary school. And, you know, I had 3 years delay in my primary because I read a particular, I read in a school and then moved to another school, and that like withdrew my classes because they tested me and I wasn't up to that. So in this, I just talked briefly about the fact that despite the fact that I was in a place where there were less privileged children, there were children from different backgrounds, still I was able to like learn and get to like expose myself to better environment. So I talked about how I attended a boot camp, which inspired me. And then I met people who were like, oh, I'm from US. I just came back from my high school. I just attended this. I'm like, oh, what's this? I didn't even, as of then, I don't even have a passport. So thank you very much, Mr. Adeyemi Oladele. So when he gave me money, that was in 2019, the first thing I got was my international passport because I'm like, I can't travel illegally. I'm not interested in going. And I was just like, as a freshman, like I can't go out and then go to implicate my school with my ID card. So I did it the right way. That is, you need to follow the right channels. So I explained this story that sometimes it looks impossible, but when you take time, reach out to people, you're going to see possibilities in everything that is before you. So I talked about you knowing your limits. You can't cross what you don't know. And I started with a quote by Bishop David Oyedepo where he said, and I quote, that every man's ignorance is his mountain. So what is your own mountain? If you don't know your mountain, there is no how you'll be able to know how to tackle your mountain. So you need to face your mountain, but first you need to know it. You need to know what that mountain is. So then when you know the limits, you'll be able to like overcome it. So I shared about me applying for international roles and I wasn't selected. I went further to ask for why I wasn't selected. Why? Not just to ask that, can you please give me an assessment of my performance? Not why didn't you select me? I'm the best candidate. That's a bad approach. So I went through the right approach. It took months before I was able to get it. But still, I got this and I was happy because that really helped me. So I wrote in my book that you can get to know your limits through people telling you what it is beyond your face, beyond you sitting down and knowing. So ask people, get feedbacks, get responses from people. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, I know it all. No, you must learn from people. So I said, go for knowledge. That's the second chapter where I spoke about the importance of acquiring knowledge, no matter your level, no matter where you are, you need knowledge to go far. Because you need to gain insights, you need to gain value from what people have done, people ahead of you who have achieved it. Thirdly, in my third strategy, I spoke about mentorship. I said you should go get a mentor. Why some don't subscribe to the notion of having mentors? I personally recommend you go get a mentor. Why? Because these are people who have stepped into what you are about to step into. So they are ahead of you 10 times. They are ahead of you. They've seen ahead of you. You get? So it's an opportunity for you to learn from them, download from their wisdom, learn from their mistakes, and also be able to like walk in the right path. You'll be guided aright, and then you'll not waste your time proving an X. Do you know that in maths, most times when we are told find X when Z equals to 2, or let's say X plus 2 equals to 10. Though the lecturer or the teacher already knows that X is already 6 because X plus 4, let's say X plus 4 equals to 10. Sorry for those that don't like maths. Then when the 4 crosses, it becomes a minus. Then you have X equals to 6. So some people have the number of X. What X stands for that you can go to and learn from, basically. So I talk about you paying the price. That is my fourth strategy. So my fourth strategy, I talked about you having to find time to know what it will need for you to cross your limits. The limit varies, I must tell you. Your limits can be academic, your limits can be professional, your limits can also be financial, and your limits can be health-wise. So please get to know what your limit is and get to know the price you need to pay. So you need to pay a price. For every prize that you see people win, every prize that you want to win, there is a price that you must pay. The price I'm talking about is PRICE for your PRIZE. So you must pay a price for your prize. So the fifth strategy, I know that in this world where there is a competition, there's this desire to compete and everyone wants to compete. But there, I must tell you that you must desire to get better daily. That's why I said you should welcome LD competition. That you wake up each day and you look at your mirror and say, James, you're competing with no other person but this person in this mirror. That is, you are getting better over time. You look back and you see, wow, there's been transformation in your life, basically. So in my sixth strategy, I talked about the past. Like you should let go of the past. What hold down some people is their past. Some people feel, oh, this is where I was born, this is where I am, this is what led to this and this. Yes, while you have many reasons for giving excuses, you also have countless reasons for making it, for proving to the world that you can become whatever you want to become. So next, I talked about you cuting procrastination. So cute procrastination. Procrastination is a thief of time, and it has even caused a lot of problems in this world. It has led to the point where people are not able to achieve what they want to be. As an idea might be small for you, if you have a diary, if you have a book, you have phones, you have notes, write it down there. Don't procrastinate. You have an idea to reach out to someone, please do that. You have an idea to do something, please do that. Reach out. It's very, very important. Procrastination is not good. It has prevented me from some things, and also being someone who has understood the anti-procrastination strategies, I've been able to know that, wow, really, it's good to know how to take out action. Like, take the action. Don't wait till later. Now, it's always be like, oh, I can do it later. No, do it now. So I talked about the research of procrastination and a lot you can read in my book. I also talked about you minding your thoughts. Wow, the best asset you can invest in is your mindset. So, and I gave an analogy of you having a toothbrush or a brush. Let's say you have a paintbrush in your hand, and your mind is very powerful to the point that what your hand carries out comes to your mind. So that is, if you want to become someone very notable, someone very are powerful in the world, you must ensure that what you do in contributing to your mind are things that align to who you want to become. And that let me also tell you that beyond your mindset, I'm this kind of person who grew up and knows that I'm becoming an entrepreneur, and my desire to become this, I am going through the right process, getting the right knowledge, learning from people, and this has made me develop the mindset that I can become whatever I want to be by the help of God. So I want you to know that it's good to mind your thoughts. And I mentioned the negative thought, the positive thoughts, and I advised that you should focus on your positive thoughts. While the negative thoughts are good, the positive thoughts are very powerful. They are very nice. They are very nice. Don't verbalize every negative thought that comes to you. Rather, do the opposite. I also gave a suggestion that you can do well to rephrase what you can do well to have a list of affirmations that you talk to yourself. I wake up sometimes, and what I do is I talk to myself to ensure that I myself am not feeling down. So in recent times, I was down. I reached out to one of my friends, Fisayo, and I was telling her that this is the situation I was going through. Knowing that my friend also had a similar situation, and then she was like, "Oh, James," but then people keep it to themselves. So also have a support system. I mentioned in part of the chapters that you should please reach out to people. Don't die in silence. Don't say, "Oh, nobody cares." No, do well to reach out to people. I talked about you showing gratitude. My brothers, my sisters, young men and young women and old people that are on this call. Gratitude is very powerful. Sincerely, there is no how in this world, anywhere you go, that gratitude cannot unlock door for you. Even when it is small, you can make it big, because gratitude is an attitude. It's an attitude that you must develop. Someone said that's Mrs. Ada Akiwande. I had a call with her today, and she was still telling me some of the things that she got from the book. That she believes that gratitude can be one's latitude. That gratitude can determine the size of someone. If you've done maybe like latitude and I can't remember. So like really, it's good to be grateful. And one more thing, I spoke about some keys that people need to know. Success is not overnight. Let no one deceive you. Success is never overnight. You need to like go through the hard times. You need to go through the soft times. And above all, you need to see that you yourself come out strong. And also in my bonus chapter, I talked about you documenting your story, documenting every phase you pass through. Take that picture. Take that memory, keep it. It's very, very important. It goes a long way. You can look back and see, wow, this is how God has helped me. This is how I have been able to transform. I saw recently on my phone when I checked my drive, my Google Drive, and I saw the pictures I took when I was in 100 level as a freshman. And I saw the memory I had with my friends, and then I can see some of them that we are still together. And we are developing ourselves. We have circles where we come together. We have time to talk, discuss about the future things. So we talk about things that can help us after school. As a matter of fact, as a student, getting this book can be that one thing that you need this year that will transform your next 3 months. Because over time in my conversation with people give a lot of excuses of why they have not become what they want to become. And they feel, wow, those people out there, they have maybe like a special ability. Come on, there's no special ability anywhere. Your ordinary idea, your ordinary skill, your ordinary you can bring out an extraordinary result if you partner with the most powerful force in the world. And that force is no other but divine power. That's God, who has the grace and has everything. So really, thank you very much. And yeah, this is just a little walk about my book. Guys, thank you very much for joining. Yes. Over to you.
Thank you so much, James. James, you're giving us a master class. Master class that we have to do like 2 days session. That's what you compiled in one. And I'm sitting out here wondering, how can one person embody so much value? This is the power of constantly popping knowledge into yourself. You're like a sponge, you keep soaking in. Then it gets to a point where you have to pour out, and you're just everywhere, giving us gas balls, left, center, don't procrastinate, don't do this. Oh my God, James, this is really, really the bomb. Thank you so much for talking about all of the things that you talked about in your book, and also having this session tonight. I personally feel like you should do a video with every chapter of your book, because I mean, for some of my audience, I love, I'm a personal development coach, and I know that a lot of people like to watch instead of read. So for those kind of people, I think you should do a video and charge for the masterclass. Don't put it out for free. Let me not see it out for free. It's not going to work, because you're already giving this book out for free at this price already. Thank you so much, James. This is really enlightening. Okay, right now I need to bring up Baliki Salahuddin, because she has to go, right? She has like another meeting to be in. Pardon us, guys, please. Baliki Salahuddin, she needs to say some things before she goes. So you have the floor. I'm not going to try to introduce you, because I'm just going to take all the time. She's Oga, just if you're in Nigeria, you know what Oga means. That is who Baliki Salahuddin is. Agba, we celebrate you, ma. We celebrate you. You have the floor right now. And if you are Oyibo, you're from Canada, you're joining from anywhere else, you don't know what Oga means. It means someone that's the boss in their field. They have a niche that they are controlling, and they are a powerful force to reckon with in such a niche. That's who Baliki Salahuddin is. Baliki, if you're still on the call, please, you have the floor right now. You can go ahead. Is Baliki still here?
Much, Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Loud and clear.
All right, good. I'm so excited, James. I'm so excited. Like, you don't know how I'm feeling right now. Like,
She's blushing.
I don't know. It brings so much excitement to me that you're able to pull your thoughts together and write a book that would inspire many of us and many generations to come. I mean, this is like the first step: writing it, publishing it, taking it out there, launching it, and then, I mean, our kids can grow up and read your book, and that's like, it makes a lot of sense to me. Congratulations. I mean, I think
Okay, Balikis is freezing. I don't know why that's happening, though. James, is it just from my end, or she's really frozen?
I guess it's
for me too.
Network, yeah. Network.
Let's hope she's going to join very soon.
Yeah. It's Balikis' excitement for me already. She's like, oh my God, this happened. Like, I love the energy she came in with. And it's something I also am excited about, seeing how the review happened for you. Like, when I saw the reviews from the book, the ones you shared, I'm like, the excitement this book brings to people, I'm not sure you are as excited as the people who are reading. And this is an indication that what you have actually put out here as a book is life transforming. I know our target audience. I know that reading a book for an average person right now, an average young person right now, it's an issue, because we're in this place where we prefer to look at videos, right? But if someone has sat down to read your book and they have this level of excitement, James, you have done something really amazing. We're giving you all your applause right now. Congratulations, James. Congratulations. Thank you so much. If you can see the screen, you can see some of the review snippets being the slides coming up. Just read that and keep reading so we can buy time. I noticed that Mrs. Ronke has been here. She finally joined in. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ronke. You can have the floor now if you're still with us. You can have the floor now if you're still with us. And then we would we will come back to the reviews. You can leave the reviews on the screen while we're waiting for her. Thank you so much. Mrs. Ronke, if you're here, we can have you now. And if you're not.
Yeah, Faith, sorry. I'm back.
Oh,
sorry, just before Mrs. Ronke jump in, I just want to say like a few words to James. Please don't stop. You inspire a lot of people. Right now, we might not have thousands of people at this book launch, but the fact that it's being streamed on YouTube means that a lot of people can go back and watch it later. And I'm very certain that your book is going to travel farther than you can ever imagine. It's going to travel farther than you. And I also pray that this book will bring you so much upliftment. It will bring you so much joy, fulfillment, and grace, by God's grace, right? And I just want to let everybody know on this call that James was able to crush. There is no limits. There is nothing that we cannot do if we set our mind to do it. James has the courage. I don't have a book. Abidin doesn't have a book. A lot of us doesn't have a book. We don't know when. I don't know. So, but for James to gather the that's potential. The accolades, I'm sending all of the accolades and the flowers. Thank you so much, James. And thank you everyone for supporting James. I pray to God today that God will continue to uplift you and will continue to support you in every corner of your prayer to him. Thank you so much, guys. Ciao, bye.
Thank you so much, Balkis. Bye, Balkis. Thank you so much. Thank you. James, I hope that we don't need someone to help you hold your head so it doesn't literally explode because of all the accolades coming in, because you're not even hearing the most of it just yet. Don't worry, we're coming. I'm looking at my comment section and I'm looking at the people that are about to say a lot of things tonight, and it's going to be transformational. As much as you're listening to them give reviews about James' book, I've continued to say, listen in between the lines. Listen in between the lines for something for yourself. For example, from Balkis's speech right now, I just realized the fact that I need to go and write a book, right? I know. I heard it doing accolades. I know. All right. Mr. Abidin was in the spirit. He was prophesying when he said that there is Gen Z giveaway. Yes. We accept it with our full chest. Every time there's Gen Z, there's giveaway. And I like the fact that there are a lot of young people on this call today. So check the comment section. There is a hashtag you're supposed to use to tweet. You're supposed to use to repost about the book launch, something you're getting out of here, talking about James's book online. If you successfully do that and you hashtag us and we can find you, please use a valid account. We can find you. There's something for you. And the amazing part is we're giving out a couple of books. I'm not going to say the number so that your minds will not be blown away. When you're big, you're big. We're giving out a couple of books out here for free today, sponsored by some very amazing people, right? So the book is on a giveaway price at the moment, which is 3,000 naira. It's annoying me as I'm saying. I'm like, James, how can you write all this and still put this kind of amount in front of the book? Yeah, literally giving out for free. Like, this is not how much that should be paid for this. But we know that this is priceless. And because James is a humanitarian, it is always going to come in between him and business. He's going to do this thing where he's like, oh, let's help some people, let's do this. And that's why the book is 3,000 naira. But if you're paying half the price before, please listen attentively. Thank you. Don't come into my DM. If you're paying half the price before this book launch is over, you are gonna get the giveaway. Half the price is about 1,500 naira. That's how much bread is sold for in Abuja at the moment, like between 1.2 and 1.5. So we are basically buying bread to eat for something that is transgenerational for you. So if you can pay that between now and when the call ends, for emphasis sake, I said between now and when the call ends, you're going to get the book by our sponsor. Half the price has been paid, and it's going to be the soft copy of the book. The soft copy of the book. The hard copy is, I mean, you have to enter James' DM to know what he has to tell him to let him do that, even though I know he's going to still bring you down. Right, so Mrs. Runke, if you're here, you have the floor. And while we're waiting for Mrs. Runke, a couple of people will be speaking about the review. We'll be speaking about, we'll be doing a review for the book here, right? Yeah, I'm getting that right. I'm sorry. Yes. So we're gonna have about 2 minutes each for everyone to have like an open mic. We need 10 reviewers for the book. Welcome, my brother. James, who are you welcoming? All right, welcome the
Wow.
brother.
So happy to have you. Mr. Nelson Pukbola is on the call, and I think Tony left already, so you can welcome him. That's my older brother.
Oh wow, oh wow. Welcome. We didn't know, don't mind us. We are welcoming people. We love you. We really do love you. It wasn't intentional. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone just joining in, welcome once again. This is the book launch for James Popola. His book is titled Crossing Limits, 10 Proven Tips to Achieve Success. Yeah, I get that right? Yeah, 10 proven tips to achieve more with less. I call it success. I've continued to do that. I don't know why. But if you have more within you to reach, you can start from wherever you are. And that's the whole point this book is trying to drive. And like we've heard from several speakers here today, James used his personal story to talk about your how. A lot of people are going to tell you the why, what, but they never really come about the how. The how is very important. And if someone within this age range who understand the 21st century trends, who has been in it, crossed it, is bringing to you a knowledge put together. My brother, my sister, my change makers, it is that person that you should be listening to. And James is that person. So if he has written something, I encourage you to pay attention and please order the book right now. So I don't think Mrs. Runke is here. We're going to open the floor right now to anyone here who wants to talk about James's book. Have you read it? Do you have anticipations from this launch? I know you've heard a lot of things from the people who have read it. What are you anticipating to see or read in the book? We want to give out the opportunity for you to talk now. So just raise your hands. There's an icon in the chat. You see it. It's like raising up a hand this way. So you can just raise a hand and we would let you join in on the call. Yeah, James, it's like you wanted to say something.
Yes, I already dropped the account details for them. And yes, okay. we have Mr. Olatunji. Mr. Incon is currently in church, so we have Mr. Olatunji, Dr. Oluwole Faponda is one of the reviewers that reviewed the book, who can talk about the book briefly. And then while we share with others as well, like Maya Okon and the whole story, others are yet to be on the call. I guess I can get like some messages that they're sorry they couldn't join due to some, yes.
Of course, that's very understandable with the whole technology-ish. Right, okay, so who do we calling first?
Yes, you can call Dr. Oluwole. And
all right, sir.
And then Mr. Olatunji, while we have other people who can, Mr. Inko can drop the comment. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
should you be willing?
Thanks so much that DME is not currently on the call. but he has sent me his support, and I really do appreciate. And he sent a sum of 50,000 naira, and I'm grateful. That, so I'm going to reach out. He said he had to join how he has to like jump on another call, so we can have why we move on. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So while we're waiting to call on the people to do the review, if you have had an amazing time with us here today, please, I need you to leave in the comments something you've learned. If it's something they've said about James that is inspiring you or has inspired your life, if it's something you know personally about James that you do not want to talk about here, but you want to leave in the comments, please leave it in the comments. If it's about the book, something that you have, for me, if I have not read the book, Crossing Limits, one of the things I will literally be anticipating is James's struggles, because for someone to have crossed a particular limit, it took a lot of work. So I would want to see him talk about how he struggled. This is Nigeria. We all know how hard it can be. You know, when the pressure is getting worse, you guys know that when the shege is pro max, but yet you see emerge from that to come up with something that can help others. I really would want to see that. So if you are one of those persons and you have something in your mind, you're like, oh my God, this is what I want to see in this book, please put it in the comment section. And yeah, so I'm going to call on Dr. Oluwole right now for his review. You have the floor, sir. Welcome to the review session. You can take the floor now.
Sorry, I'm having a layover. That's why I have not been able to uncover my video. All right, so thank you very much, everyone that showed up here today. I mean, I've had an incredible time. I think I've been here since the beginning. I heard every single one of the contributors contribute. So all right, so because every single person on this call is still gonna get the book, right? I'll just go through some of the things that really stood out for me while I was going through the book. And I think that Go Get a Mentor was spot on, because I'm a Harvard believer in mentorship, right? Because when you have a mentor, it reduces your chances to do trial and errors, right? Having a mentor is like going through the usual analogy that I use when it comes to mentorship is if you are going somewhere and then you are going with somebody who has been there before, right? There's your chances of missing the way is next to zero, right? So mentorship is important. It plays an important role. Although, like you've been saying, I don't like to really I don't like to really categorize and Gen Z and that, because I do not like to restrict people by their age, but rather by the content of their character, right? A young man can be as old as he can be based on the experiences he has exposed himself to, right? So getting a mentor was important. Then also let go of the past. I think while I was reading that part of the book, it was nostalgic for me, because I also probably came from a humble beginning, right? And I think that one of the things that many people hold on to for so long is where they're coming from. And in the game of life, it doesn't matter where you're from. What matters is where you're going to, right? If everybody could learn in their houses, they wouldn't have to go to school, right? So it's because you are passionate about learning, that's why you have to live wherever you are. And that's the same way life works. You need to live where you have to go to where you need to be, right? Without having your past hold you back. So yes, you are here and you've been giving yourself excuses. Truth is, excuses are good reasons for bad results, right? A lot of people have millions of excuses. Trust me, there are a lot of excuses. There are a lot of excuses that you can give. But good excuses, they are just good reasons for what? For bad results. You could have done something better. You could have done something better. You could have, so like a situation where someone would give an excuse about, someone else would draw inspiration from that same situation. Then I think that there was a part he was talking about thoughts, right? The Bible says, so I'm a Christian and I live my whole life based on principles in God's word. And that part of it really, really struck me, because the Bible says that out of your heart comes the issues of life, right? And you know, your thoughts become your actions. And one of the things is that you know, in faith, we believe that the devil takes hold of the thought. So if the devil can take hold of your thoughts, it can manipulate your emotions and it can control your actions, right? So really mind your thoughts. And one of the ways you can curb your thoughts is the kind of things you expose your mind to. So personally, there's something I've always told my prodigies, which James is one of them, that make sure that you practice selective blindness and selective deafness. There are certain things you shouldn't expose your mind to. There are certain things you shouldn't expose your eyes to. The same thing is trending, whether it's trending or not. You have a choice to decide if this is something you want to feed your mind with. Because whether you like it or not, your most subconscious mind does not know the difference between your reality and your experience, right? So sometimes when you feed your mind with so much things, and law of attraction, you will most likely attract things like that, or you begin to think in that pattern, right? If you've been in a situation before where you are reacting in a certain way, you are talking in a certain way, and you take a step back and say, no, this is not me, right? It is because of the things you have remotely or immediately exposed your mind to in recent times before that action or thought. So yes, this will be my wrapping up of the book by James. And crossing limits, truth is crossing limits. So generally, right, crossing limits is a book that tells you practically that there are no limits, right? Crossing limits is a book that tells you practically that there are no limits. So whatever the limit you've set for yourself, or whatever the limit you're seeing right now in your life, it is not a limit. It doesn't exist. It's just a barrier that is created by your mind. So you need to cross those limits. And I want you to know that the fact that you want to cross one limit doesn't mean you're not going to have another limit, right? Because the top of one mountain is the beginning of another one. And if you don't get on the top of the first one, you won't get on the bottom of the second one, right? So in life, you need to make sure that you consistently have a mindset of crossing limits. Nothing is too big for you. No room is too big for you. And I want you to know that as you continue your journey to cross limits, make sure that you do not lack the courage to continue crossing limits. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oluwole. Wow. I have continued to say it, though, this is a masterclass. This is not a book launch. This is a masterclass. Thank you so much for sharing from the very rich fountains of your bowels to give us this review. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A couple of people made some comments in the comment section, and I'll just try to read out some. Someone says, "Aww, James will be a reason I have an international passport too." Wow, this is really amazing. So James is actually inspiring people to go global. That's so beautiful. And she also said, James is a godsend. As a student in his school, I am enjoying the privilege of knowing him. So I'm going to go from here to say that positioning yourself in a place of influence, positioning your place in a place of impact helps you to help others. And so we also know that a higher calling, the way to live a superior life, is actually to live in such a way that you're impacting others with your knowledge. And people can actually enter doors by just mentioning your name. And that's what she said. She said she's enjoying the influence and the impact of knowing James. So you can know a person who actually helps you get to where you need to be. And that's who James is for her. Wow, this is beautiful. Someone else says, anywhere James enters, you can feel the energy. James is very diligent and he inspires me a lot. Like Dr. Oluwole rightfully said, age is not a factor when it comes to impact, influence, and doing global relevance, right? James is a young man. He's in his 20s. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of us that are way past his age that have not been able to attain what he attained. But if you want to be this person that is going to be celebrated globally, your success is going to be something that will be everywhere, you should actually be getting James' book to see how he did it. Not going into his DM and saying, oh, how did you do it? He already wrote a template for you. All you have to do is get the book. So get the book and leverage on everything he has said to become what you also need to be. We're going to be opening the comments for one more person to review, the comment session for one more person, because we're running out of time and we don't know, we planned to utilize the time, which we are effectively doing right now. So yeah, The comment section is open. We will take one last person and we will take one last review. James, I would allow you to the honor of choosing the person you want to do, give the last review this evening for this book launch. So James, let us know who you want.
Thank you very much. I would like to hand over to Mr. Olatunji, and so we can go straight to the next thing. And welcome Mrs. Naomi. She just finished her meeting, so she told me that she's just joining. Thank you for joining, Ma. I really appreciate your presence. And she's the one I mentioned that used to give me books every month. And I really appreciate, she really contributed to my personal development as well. So, Mr. Olatunji, you have the floor, and then we move to the next stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, James. Thank you very, very much for doing this, for giving me the opportunity to speak here, for writing the book, which is very, very, I think is a very, very important discourse, especially now where, I had to rush through the book, rightfully so when you told me about it. But I think one of the things I quickly understood and could quickly contextualize with my personal experiences is that we're in a time where a lot of young people tend to reach out to, we're in a sort of development craze, if that's the right way to put it, where a lot of people are hungry for development, but we're still stumbling through what it is we call development in a sense. We're doing a lot of just try and errors. We try this, it does not work. We try another thing. We do not specifically have a chosen set of rules that we want to go through with. And I think what a book like this does is, it tells you that, okay, you're in the dark, but I've been in this place before. There's a ledge here, there's a cliff here. Avoid this, avoid that, do this, do that. And sort of just makes it easier for whoever it is that's going through that phase. And this is anyone, literally anyone, I think, who is going through that phase. It makes it easier for them to go through that. And especially in a time where all of us are much more focused on sort of making connections in quotes, where we just want to, have a connection with this person and hope that they recommend us in places. We are less and less willing to go through the personal truth of just doing this thing or reading that book or learning that skill. We're much more focused as a generation now on just knowing someone and hoping that that person eventually recommends us someone. I think it's very, very important. A book like James tells you that even at this point, you still need to go through some things. You still need to look at, what is wrong and find a way, devise a way to go through whatever it is that's wrong. I really, really enjoyed the book. I'm definitely going to be reading it a second time because, like I said, I had to rush it the first time. And I would definitely recommend this for anyone, literally anyone, wherever it is you are. Because I think that sometimes when we go through a lot of we go through a lot of phases and we get to certain places, we forget that the lessons that takes us from, the lessons that take you from level 1 to level 2 is still the same thing. They're still very much relevant when you're level 10 and you're trying to get to level 11. So it's I think books like this are very, very important for anyone, not just someone who's just starting out. If you feel like you figured out yourself, we're always trying to fix something. We're always, if you're not fixing anything, I doubt you're doing anything really. So I think even books like this serve as very important reminders, even for people who feel like they are the echelons of the career or of the personal development. So absolutely, I'll be reading the book again. I would recommend this to anyone really. Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olatunji. Thank you for being so expressive with your review. We really appreciate that. I also got to learn a couple of things from his review just now that I'm going to start doing in my personal life. I hope if you're listening, that you're also listening in between the lines. There's just so much for us to get out of this book launch tonight. If you also just joined us, please let us know where you're joining us from, your name and where you're joining us from. We have had a lot of people join us from different parts of the world on this Zoom call to launch James's book tonight. Thank you. So we're moving right into the next agenda of the day. And drum rolls, It's time for us to officially launch the book. We acknowledge Mrs. Naomi. Welcome, Mrs. Naomi. Thank you so much for being on this call with us, Dr. Oluwole as well, Mr. Olatunji, a lot of other people. If we're not acknowledging you, I'm so sorry. It's not because we don't want to. It's just because somehow I cannot see when you join, and I cannot just, but as we progress, the more we see you, the more I remember, and it pops up. I'm just going to be acknowledging everyone. Thank you so much. We're really honored. We understand how Sunday evenings can be in Nigeria here and every other place in the world, and how much you need to have done to get ready for work tomorrow, but you're choosing to be here with us. This is so much, and we're so grateful. We're super, super grateful for it. So we're going right to the book launch now, and any moment from now, we should actually close. We're very intentional people, and we understand how much it means to you to have your time being spent here with us. The payment options are in the comments. Please explore them to pay. If you cannot use the links, you can pay directly to James's account. They're right here in the comment sessions. So the first thing I'm going to be saying is, beyond buying this book because you want to support James, which is a very valid thing to do, I also encourage that you read this book and get it as a means to help other people around you with impact. So as you read, please share. As you read, please recommend that people actually get across to James, because I know that James does some classes to help undergraduates in universities and tertiary institutions in Nigeria to upskill themselves, reinvent themselves, and continue to go in the path of impact. So he's that person that you really want to connect others to. Please do that, and it's going to be very helpful to a lot of people trying to navigate growth in this season. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the first thing is we are going to have the launch happen right now. And like I said, the first thing is we have some packages that you can explore trying to launch this book with James. Thank you, Naomi. We see your congratulations. Thank you so much, Ma. We have the package for 50 to 100 copies of the book. If you want to get 50 to 100 copies of the book, you're on the gold package. That's the gold package. And the range is between 150,000 Naira to 300,000 Naira if you want to get that copy of the book. And if you also want to get as much as this copy of the book, but you don't exactly know how to get them across to the people who need them, trust us, we have ready hands across universities in Nigeria to distribute these books to young people, because that demography is a target, really. Like I said initially, I personally think that James has written something that should be a guide, a manual for every young person right now. And that's where we can find that demography, so we can help you distribute them to those people. And be sure to know that your sponsorship will be talked about with them. Thank you. And we also have the package, the silver package, which is 25 to 30 copies of the book, which is 75 to 300K. So if you're dropping that amount, you'll be sure that it is going to get you 25 to 30 copies of the book. We also have the bronze, which is also the same thing, 10 to 20 copies of the book. We have the platinum, which is 5 copies. So if you want to get 5 copies, you want to get 20 copies, you want to get 30 copies, you want to get 100 copies, this is the time. So the first person that we will be calling is Dr. Oluwole for the launch. I think he was trying to tell us how many copies he was going to get earlier, but it wasn't time yet. So right about now is the time for you to tell us how many copies that you want to get. Dr. Oluwole, you have the floor right now.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, so I wouldn't be taking much of our time. All right, so I went off for a moment. Am I the first person that will be launching?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna need 10 copies. I'm gonna need just 10 copies of the book, and I'm going to be launching for. So I'm not gonna be giving a figure for personal security reasons or professional reasons. I'm going to be launching 10 copies with the 6-figure naira. The 6-figure naira.
Whoa, can we see applause in the comments, please? Oh my God, this is really great. Wow, 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 wow.
Yes, so that
Wow.
from me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oluwole. Wow. Oh my God, I'm literally blown away. And every single time that anyone is going to come up here to say that they're launching, I'm super, super excited because I know that the people this book will be reaching is going to be something else for them. Trust me. So thank you so much, Dr. Oluwole. We really appreciate this. We really appreciate this. And so anyone else that would be launching should please indicate in the comments. I'm going to call some people here, but if you're going to be launching the book, if you want, by launching, I mean, if you want to purchase a number of the book, if you want to get like 50 copies, 100 copies, 150 copies, 2 million copies, just let us know in the comments, or raise your hand and I'll just let you speak. Yeah. Mrs. Naomi, thank you so much for joining the call with us. Thank you for being on this call. You're the next person I'm going to call to launch the book. If you're still here, Mrs. Naomi, you can have the floor. I'm seeing a lot of congratulations in the comments. James, congratulations to you. Yes, Ma, you have the floor now. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Greetings, Ma.
Today is one of my busiest days, even though it's Sunday. So I'm so sorry for coming in late. But I thank God that I'm still able to get to the tail end of the program. Now for the launching, I don't really get but what I will do is I will get some few copies, but I don't know how much that will take, but I'll get some few 20,000 naira.
All right, Ma, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That should get you over 10 copies already. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be part of the program, and I'm happy to be part of James' progress. And I know that he's just starting. And if he gets to where he's supposed to get to in Jesus' name.
Amen. James, crossing limits, aka 10 proven tips to achieve more with less. We see you doing a lot already, and we agree with every single person saying that. Congratulations already too. Yep. So right now we're moving to the next person who we're calling for the launch. I'm calling someone from the chat box, right? My eyes is going to someone called Oyika Sola, but I think she's in church. Yeah, so I'm going to call Fatima Idris. If you're still on the call, Fatima Idris, you can unmute your mic and probably say something about James and then tell us how many copies of the book you want to get. Someone is raising their hands. Okay. I don't think Fatima Idris is still here. Oyika Sola, please, you can go on.
Okay.
You can go
on. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I just said I needed to say something before dropping off the call. It's such a pleasure to be here, first of all, and James, congratulations to you. This is a remarkable fit. I'm super proud of you. I was like, I told him, I said, I'm gonna be in church, but I'm gonna join in and listen in. So I'm gonna take a few minutes really to just talk about James, and then I met James in 2018. James, correct me if I'm it was 2018, 2019. Apparently we got paired on a mentorship platform, and it was just interesting that that we got paired because I graduated from University of Ilorin as well. So just seeing that there was another person who finished from University of Ilorin, and it was there was already that connection from there. And I just want to speak to how diligent and consistent James has been over the years. I've had the privilege to work with him, to support him, to just do listen to his ideas and so many things that he has done over the years, from the James Moore Data Enterprise to just all the wonderful things he's doing. And so when he talked about the book, I said, you know what, this is very spot on. And I just encourage everyone on the call to definitely plug into this book. As young people, first of all, I had things to deal with, and having James as my first official mentee at the time was me trying to pay it forward. So now it feels like James has put everything he has been through in a book to help a lot of people pay it forward. And I think that that's a wonderful thing to do. Just coming from a poor middle class background to attending a federal school, there's so many limitations that affect the average Nigerian youth. But just seeing that he has paid forward by putting this together is something I'm proud of. So I already discussed with him about the amount of copies I would take, but I think I would probably just increase it and do 10 copies as well. And then maybe I would say maybe we can give out of that 10, maybe 2 people on this call can also get. I don't know, because I don't know anybody would need, so anybody who needs in the chat can signify, and then 2 people, maybe we'll make it 3 people on this call can get out of the as well. So yeah, and awesome job in moderating, Faith.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Onyekasola. I just hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm not Yoruba. Pardon me. Thank you so much for saying these things to James and allowing us the privilege to hear them also. It's encouraging. It's really encouraging. Like I said, I continue to personally listen in between the lines and actually hear what everyone that has spoken about James is saying, and I'm learning, and I hope it's the same for every person on the call. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for launching the book. Mr. Adeshina, I hope I got that right, James. Again, pardon me if I do not pronounce your name properly. I'm sorry. Mr. Adeshina, you're welcome to take over the mic now. Let us know how you know James and how many copies of the book you'd be taking. Thank you. Right, while we're waiting for Mr. Adeshina, I think Nelson Popola, James's elder brother, is on the call. Would like for you to unmute your mic and also say a couple of things about James now.
Well,
yeah.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Actually, I have not much to say, but I'm so proud of everything and what he has done to get to this stage he is now. So, and as for the book, I would try maybe to get like maybe 10 copies of the book also.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. No, I feel like I should see James's face right now because it's going to be so emotional. It's like your family member that would usually just slap your head or tell you, my friend, sit down here or something, coming to now give you accolades like you're doing well. We know how siblings can be and the whole family thing. Like, oh my God, get out of this place. You're not doing anything well. But for your family member to actually come up and say something to you, my God, that's so beautiful. And James, on your behalf, I am blushing here. Aww.
Thank you so much for the support and everything.
Right. Oh, okay. Your video finally came up. Thank you. All right. You look like James. Can anybody attest to that in the comment section? And we hope from today, you people actually add some respect to James's house in the name. When you're calling for family meeting, you call him, we want to call author James, not just James anymore. Thank you. Okay, yeah, he does. Someone said in the comments, yes, he does. Guys, we're having an after party. We're sharing rice here online. If you don't have plates, go and look for plates now. If you need a takeaway, don't worry, bring takeaway for you. We're having an after party after we officially end this launch. Yeah, I don't think we got Mrs. There's someone that was supposed to be on the on the call. I don't know if she finally joined in. I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to hand over to James right now. I see that he has a couple of things that he needs to say. So James Popola, I'm sorry, author James Popola, with all the love in my heart, I welcome you to take the platform right now.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Dr. Oluwole Fakunda. Thank you, Miss Oyinkosola. Thank you, Mrs. Naomi Olubeson. Thank you very much. And I really want to say thank you because I can't say thank you enough. Yes. And I can't say this is who I am without the contribution of everyone here on this call in my life. I really appreciate every of your contribution in my life. I'm very grateful and I'm super proud to have you all around. I'm happy to have everyone to join me. I really appreciate my wonderful brother, Nelson Popola. I really appreciate my sister, Tony Popola, and also my dad and my mommy especially. I really appreciate them because without them bringing me to this world, you won't definitely know me, probably how to be, still in the, Baba God's place, that's heaven, still trying to be called to come. So I really appreciate them. And I thank them most especially for the decisions they've taken, which have positively impacted my life. So decisions that parents do take can make a lot of change in a child's life. So those decisions have really helped my life, and I'm very grateful for that. And thank you, Mr. Lekon. Thank you, Mr. Afokbe Olubeson also. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ola Lekon Samuel. Thank you, Mr. Ola Oluwa Smith. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Brother James. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Mr. Olatuji. Thank you, another James. I guess that James is Bukola James, if I am right. Why blessing remains blessing. Thank you, Abib. Thank you, Ayobami. Thank you, Dr. Oluwole. And thank you, Faith. So thank you, guys. I'm very grateful for having you guys around. I'm super glad that you guys attended this, and thank you for everyone on this call who has purchased a copy of my book. Feel free to still purchase your book at 3,000 naira, and feel free to purchase also on Amazon because I have it on Amazon Kindle and on Amazon as paperback. Currently, I have a promo that you can benefit from, and do well to leave comments for me. I would really appreciate your comments. I would really appreciate your reviews. So guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to join this. I really appreciate it. I'm very, very grateful. I say thank you to everyone in no particular order, but I give respect to every of the elderly ones that are able to join in spite busy schedule, how they were able to contribute to my life. And I also mentioned in my book that they helped me cross limits even when I do not think I can. So there are people out there who can help you cross the limits even when you feel you can't. So I want you to please go today, say thank you to them, appreciate them, appreciate what they have done in your life. Even if you can't do that, do well to always pray for them. Do well to always pray because your prayer goes a long way and it's going to reach them. And thank you so much, Truth, for bringing this into fruition, because I remember last year I was writing a book and I think I've written like a few chapters. I just said no, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. So I didn't know that day I was going to be on Twitter. I actually prefer to be on Twitter for 3 hours in my day than being on WhatsApp or being on Instagram, because there you see contents that are relating to what I need. I read some trends that really impact my life and contribute to me. So Ruth has been very, very helpful, and the timing so it's not favorable, but we've had time to catch up. So if I wake up by 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., that's when I'll be replying Ruth. And that time, Ruth is just about to sleep. So even in few days ago, that happened. So guys, feel free to make launch the book at your own convenience price, at your own convenience support. I really appreciate whatever you send is very, very important. And for those who have also ordered the book, I really appreciate your patronage. I really appreciate your support. And yes, this is just the beginning of beginnings. Yes. So guys, I'm going to be doing the chapter by chapter review. And also, if in case you don't know, tomorrow I'm going to be live at 100.5 FM in Ibadan. That's Inspiration FM. So a friend of mine called me and said, James, you need to come for this show, and I would like to have you. I said, no problem. So I had to move to Ibadan and have my weekend there. And, it's been awesome because here in Ibadan, I was able to worship today and also see some beautiful faces, and also also going tomorrow before I have my class on Tuesday. My class is mostly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So guys, I want to say thank you for everyone for joining, and feel free to let your friends know about it. And I think Akinyemi Mayokun is also here, and he's been my DM that, James, can you please give me the floor? I said, James, okay, no problem. That's another James you need to meet, though he's an hiding James, you get. So part of the things I've learned and part of the courage I've gotten, part of the push I've gotten were from this friend of mine called Akinyemi Mayokun. I met him in my second semester in 100 level. I just woke up to him and said, guy, you are doing well, can you just help me? And he said, no problem. And we started. And then you could relate. I didn't move with people that were too proud not to be able to pour out. So he was able to pour out himself. And anytime, I said, guy, this is what I'm up to, he's ready to push. And I want to say thank you to him as well, because he's very, very supportive. I think I have the floor for Mike and any other person. Just feel free to raise your hand. Yes, Oyinkan told me you want to give 3 copies to people on this call. So do well to grab your copy. And then for the 1,005 that was mentioned by Faith Emmanuel, please ensure to note that that is not for the physical book. You are getting the soft copy of the book. So for every other person who have ordered, so you won't be like, oh, why do you make it that amount? Yes. So the book is 5,000, but I'm currently selling it for 3,000 because I want as many people as possible to get access to it. Yes, Akinyemi Mayokun is a very great man. Yes. So Akinyemi Mayokun, have the floor. And also, Mr. Abib, I'm also happy to have you here. Do well to guys. So you guys can raise your hand. Thank you so much. I just wish I have you guys here to thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I know. Amazing.
Whatever language you speak, I want to say thank you to you guys. I really, really appreciate it. So over to any other person who wants to launch while we plan to wrap up. Thank you so much. Over to you, moderator. Manuel.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Faith Emmanuel. Sorry. I forgot to mention your name. Yeah. Faith Emmanuel, yes, an amazing person in my life. So she was in 200 while I was in 100 level. And then, my God, she reads for 10 to 5 a.m., 10 to 3 a.m. sometimes. So after every busy class and everything, there's a place where we meet and Faith will read. And then sometimes when Faith is going, or maybe around 2, I'll sleep and then wake up. I start in the middle of the night. That's when I don't do. So then she will be like, hey, James, I'm going. And then to the morning and then brush up and then go to class. I saw it, and yes, it really showed in our graduation degree, and I really appreciate everyone. Please do well to put in the work, do well to put in the hard work, even when no one is saying. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Yes. So, guys, over to you, moderator. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, James. You're supposed to be the one collecting the accolades. They don't turn it on us. Thank you so much. I'm literally blushing here from all what you said. But guys, beyond the talk here tonight, beyond the encouragement here tonight and everything, the major bulk of the work is on you. I've gotten books that I did not read just because I wanted to support the author. I've continued to say it. It's great. You're going to buy this book. You're going to encourage James, but please read this book. As someone who's big on personal development, as someone who is big on helping people become better versions of themselves, I am constantly in a space where I'm telling people, make sure you are growing. Don't do the drama because everybody is doing it. A lot of our speakers have said that as they spoke. And I like the demography of people on the call here and that are currently here right now. I'm so grateful you've made it to this point. And so there is a giveaway. Thank you for staying till this time. There's always blessing for people who stay to the end. There's a giveaway at this point. We have a couple of books that some people sponsored. So one of the things I like us to do in the comment section right now is, can you share your social media handle? I said the after party starting now before Mayoko comes up. Mayoko, you're going to come up after I finish speaking. I said we're having an after party. It has started already. So drop your social media handle so that people can connect with you. 21st century networking is the bomb right now. You don't know the people on this call, trust me, and you don't know how much leverage you're having just because you are on this call. And make sure that you're reaching out to them with, I am from James's book launch. For example, me particularly, I am not going to answer your questions because people pay to assess me, which I know is a lot for some of the people here. So because of the opportunity of James's book launch, I'm sure there are some people you're able to reach out to tonight. So be wise and leverage that. So drop your social media handle so that people can connect with you, right? And as you're doing that, make sure that you're also paying attention to posting James's book on your social media and tagging us, because that's how you get the giveaway. There's some free copy of the books and we're going to be giving them to people who have posted. We can recognize them and they're asking for the book. So you get into James's DM or my DM. I'm going to put my social media handle there and let me know. Tag James. In short, that's it. Just tag James. Once you tag James, he would see you and know that you need the book. When you tag him, ask that you need a free copy of the book. And once the copy of the book that is free is exhausted, we're sorry, it's exhausted. We love you like that. Right, Mayoko, please, can you take the floor right now? Share your social media handles though, everybody. Like I said, you don't know who is who here. I'm seeing some powerful people here. Don't say I didn't help you. All right.
Hello, everyone. Wow. Wow, it's nice to be here. Nice to be here. Hope you can hear me clearly. Yeah,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, it's nice to be here, and well, I will get 10 copies here. 10 copies. As my organs have gotten 10, so I'll put those.
Aww. Thank you, Maya.
Yeah, that's cool.
James, what did you say?
That's my insurance G.
Yeah, but we need you to talk about your relationship with James also. Something very significant.
All right. Well,
yes, Michael.
it quite amazes me if I'm sharing some stories that cause some like people have moments of my life, like wow. And James' story pops up. James is the only friend that I have that I never knew where I met him. I never knew. Like probably God said or something. Because I literally keep documentation of where and how I meet all my friends. But James is the only person I don't even know. I can't even recall. But I know God has done a great thing in our lives. Yes. Just helped me with probably, yeah. James is my international man, my global man, global leader. He helps me with anything that has to do with international opportunities and life. So I'll forever be grateful for God positioning him in my life. Because I don't know whether I was positioned in his life because I don't know my role. But all thanks to God for what he has done. And yeah, Jeff Kukola is my classmate, and he has given me the privilege to also, let's say, stand in front of, like, I am not a shy person, but I'm just quiet, just the star. So he has given me the platform to just face crowd, and well, it's going little by little. All thanks to him. He's an amazing person, and probably someone everybody should at least meet at a stage of their life in order to get things done faster and better, and also for us to start to think like a global leader in our local area. So it's in the sense that thinking global and also using our local and our environment setting to practice what to be done in the global space. So it's really he's an amazing person. I commend his work. However, it is quite amazing that James' book is the book that I read like, yeah, let's say manuscript. I read the book 5 times, and each time I read the book, it still amazes me. Like, God, how can someone process this type of thing? Like, God, wow, it's really he's a nice man. He's a nice young man. He's amazing. He's doing amazing work. He's doing great work. Guys, watch out
Thank
for
you
him.
so much, Michael.
Watch out for him. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, watch out for James. Thank you, Mayakun. Thank you so much for giving your review. Thank you. I'm seeing in the comments that a lot of people are dropping their social media handles. Please do well to follow, do well to start up conversations there. Like you heard James say, it's via social media he met Ruth, and he's birthing something global, something impactful in form of a book today. He met also a couple of his mentors online. This is an age of social media. It's the time you want to leverage what you have to help you get what you need. You're in school, you're in locations where you can hardly access mentorship, or because you do not have the money now to actually pay to access the high and mighties to mentor you, you have social media. If you bombard, in short, I don't know anyone that you constantly be in their DM and you structure properly what you need and they won't reply to you. They might not give you 100% what you need, but they will give you templates, they will give you opportunities, they will find something meaningful to be able to help you to get to what you're looking for. So leverage social media. Thank you everyone for joining this tonight. So we'll be giving out 3 books right now for free. Fastest fingers. First 3 people to type in the comments that I want the book, I want the book, I want the book. You get free books right now, the soft copy. Fastest finger. I want the book. I've seen Ayorinde Awi Lagbara. I want the book Olamileko Samuel. I want the book Afokwe Ogbansa. I don't know that. That's it. We're done. But then we have the 3 people. Oh my God. Sorry, Lucy. We already have the 3 people that we need. We love you. All right. We already have the 3 people. So James, please take note. Ayorinde Awi Lagbara, Olamileko Samuel, and Afope Obuse. I don't know. It's in the comments.
Yes,
all right.
I think you
Should
can
we just
still
give
add.
Lucy?
Yes, you can still give to Lucy and any other person that want to come next. So my brother said he's going to be giving out copies, and he's willing to like give to anyone on this call as well. So Hayobam, yes, you have it. So yes. So
okay,
Awilara, you have a copy already. And Olamilekon, you pre-ordered the copy today. So give the chance to somebody else. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so how about we do this? Let's give them the copy. Let them tell us who they want the copy to go to. Anyone that's their friend or someone they want to gift it to.
Okay,
so
that's
that
fine. That's fine.
Send
That's
the gift
okay.
to,
That's okay too.
So we're going to package it.
Send me a DM. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Send me a DM so on WhatsApp or Instagram or Twitter, so I can be able to like send you a form you need to fill. That's the collection.
gift.
I'm sure you did not give to somebody that did not ask of you, because I'm definitely going to like check the record.
Right. I'm so happy that from this book launch, we're actually building people who are also learning to give out impact to others. I'm just imagining lying down here and someone sends me a message and says, oh, someone is gifting you a book from James. It's going to be so for me. So yeah, I'm glad that we're able to do this for people. James, congratulations once again. And right about now, I think we should get the music rolling for the after party. Hey, hey, hey.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Mr. Olaoluwa, you've been silent since. Over to you, Mr. Ola. You guys should connect with Mr. Ola. He's a realtor, and aside that he works with he also he's a student leader at University of Ilorin, and he's doing amazingly well. And he has also been able to organize leaders and entrepreneurs summit in the school, which pulled over 1,000 students. And also they gave grants to students, entrepreneurs, and that it was really nice being part of that. Even though I wasn't physically present, the impact is still being seen across the university and is being talked about up to now. So, Mr. Olaoluwa, I would like you to have the floor for 2 minutes, and then we move to the closing prayer by Mrs. Naomi Olugbeson, and then yes, we'll close. Thank you. So, yes, Mr. Smith. I guess his network is bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can drop your chat. You can drop a message in the chat if you can talk. Feel free. We still have a few time for you. And I think you can also hear from Brother James, and that's that song from the Jameses family. That's I think Bukola James left already. So Brother James, can we hear from you? And yes, thank you for the creativity you put forward for the book reviews and also for the work also, James Rhoda. I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. It's like everyone that has the name James on their name or their surname, like as their surname is really nice, but that's my name actually. So, Brother James, would you like to say a few words? Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, James. I'll say congratulations. I don't really have much to say. I know that you've done a lot of you've put in a lot of hard work to get this done. So congratulations. It's a very nice thing that you've done. And I hope to see more of this. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So yes, if you are also on this call and you'd like to say something, just raise your hand, please. Everyone is really greatly appreciated. Blessing, raise your hand. Lucy, raise your hand. Ayobami. Yes, Mr. Ayobami Madugitin. Oh God. Hey, this man, if you open this mic for 1 hour, he's going to talk till tomorrow. Because he's really been a wonderful brother from another mother. He has really helped me. I really appreciate. I'm very, very grateful. Mr. Hayobami, you have the mic. I hope you are still here. Okay, Lucy, you can go ahead. 2 minutes maximum. 1 minute minimum.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. James. I don't even know how to begin, but all I have to say is that I can't recall all my success stories without mentioning James, because James is like
He's the one pushing me forward. James, I'm so happy that this is becoming a reality. No, this is actually a reality finally. And I'm so happy and grateful to God for the young man that you have finally turned out to be. And I pray that you continue to push me forward and continue to be generous and continue to be you and continue to positively impact others. And I am so happy and I'm
Thank you so
grateful
much.
to God that you are blessed. Thank you.
Amen, amen, amen. Thanks so much for your word of prayer. Mr. Dewey, thank you for joining, and I really appreciate it. I think your network, you had issue. So, Mr. Dewey, would you like to say one or two things? You have the floor, and then we go to Faith Adedolapo. Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm still on the road, so let me start by saying congratulations, James. I'm really happy for you, being a great man, and I've seen this in you. The greatness is in you, and I only expect praying that God continue to bless you, grant you more wisdom, more of this in Jesus' name.
Thanks so much, sir. Thank you so much. Mr. Dewey happened to be one of my fellowship leader when I was in Abule Jesha, and then he's always like, "Oh, James, do this, do this, do this," and he's always guiding me. Beyond that, okay, so I came down to Ilorin, not knowing where I wanted to stay, and he connected me with his friend, and I stayed in his friend's place till I was able to move to Squarea. So I literally was like the story of Abraham, where God told he was taking him to another land where he doesn't know. So, but really, and really, you must ensure that you are in communities where it allows you to grow and meet people and also connect, because this world is interconnected. You can't exist or survive in isolation. You need other people's back to lean on. You need people's chest, you need people's arm, you need people's and you need people's support. You need people's whatever you need. Like communities are very important, just like we said. So yes, over Mr. Ayobami, is your network back? Can you speak now?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm super elated to be James' friend from secondary school. Actually, it was a long story. I got to know James, and James has been my brother, not only friend, a brother. In fact, what my brother could not do, James has done more than that. And James he has connected me to a lot of people. Where I am today, I can literally say it's to the glory of God. And James is one of those that actually helped me to where I am today. And I'm so grateful to be part of your book launch. I really appreciate everything you've done in my life. And I pray that this will not be the last of your book. This is just a stepping forward.
Amen.
And everyone is crossing the limit. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayobami, and thank you for everything. Like, I really appreciate, and it's nice having Ayobami. And Ayobami's story is such that it's inspiring, and you guys should watch out for his book. Like, irrespective of where you are, you can always make the world see that God can make a message out of every mess, out of every situation that you are. He really inspired me. He's part of people who actually made this book. He was like, "Hey, James, what's up? Alpha, what's going on?" Like, literally, I just couldn't give up because I have entered this. In fact, the book I said I stopped last year, he was like, "James, what else can you do?" Like, he was just like on my neck. Like, at the point I gave him manuscript, take it. At the point I just told him, "I'm not interested. I don't have interest." I said, "No problem." And when I came back again, he was very, very, very active towards saying that my book comes out well, and he connected me even to authors. He had the webinar where he even brought people, and I was able to gain clarity. So guys, please appreciate everyone around you, people that contribute to your life. Like, it's a lot. Mr. Olaoluwa, while we are waiting for you,
Good evening,
Faith,
sir.
I would like you. Okay, yes. Mr. Olaoluwa, you have the floor, then Faith.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing? I trust that we are all doing well. It's been an amazing one. I'm super excited to be here. I am very sorry for the break in transition the other time. I'm actually in transit. So when you were talking the other time, I couldn't unmute my call.
Okay.
So very important. I want to start by appreciating God. I mean, Mr. James in his book, he talked about the faith factor. I want to thank God for the opportunity to, be able to be a part of this great thing. I mean, there are so many people out there that have contents that even have better contents than we do, but they're not able to achieve this kind of feats for themselves. So I want to congratulate James once again. Congratulations, James. This is a great work you've put together. We've had to work together on so many projects. And one of the most important and recent ones is that of the Dukia Grant event. And it was a great one where we were able to collaborate and empower people with as much as 1 million naira. It was a great one for me. It was a great one for every one of us on that project. And I want to tell you something today, that you are a plus to everybody. You add value to every one of us. You add value to me as an individual. I'm super excited to be a friend to you and a brother to you. Thank you so much, James. International James, let's put it that way. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Olaoluwa. I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful. And also, I'm learning from you. And sincerely, Mr. Olaoluwa, aside being a student leader, I don't know how he manages being a president of his department, being the class rep. And I'm just the class rep and I'm tired because right now I have people in my DM, it's very urgent, this. I said, no problem, no worries. We can always students can even call in the middle of the night for something that is not very urgent. They can tell you, hey, what's the course outline? And those things can be so surprising. But really, it's really nice meeting you. And also, I can't wait to see more of the good things that God will do through you. And thank you so much for your support always. Thank you for always cheering me on and for always supporting me. So yes, over to you, Faith at the Dolapo. Yes.
Hi, boss. Hi, everybody. My name is Faith Aditolapo, like you said. And I'm excited to be here just as everyone. So if there are words that I'm going to use to describe James, that would be committed, dedicated, and supportive. And is it possible, bosses? And I'm excited for you. I'm happy that you've been able to launch this book. I thank God, I thank your parents, and I sincerely thank every single person who has impacted your life positively. I just want to remind you that this is just a starting point, and I wish you all the best as you start this whole process of impacting lives and making changes around the world. Congratulations.
Well, thanks so much, Faith. Thank you for your support during the SDG, and that's how I met her physically. And yeah, it was nice working with you. During the time, I really appreciate how you did. And yes, thank you so much. So Mr. Lekon said he's currently in a noisy place. He can't see anything. Yes, Mr. Yomite, who else wants to talk? Feel free to raise your hand so we can have the closing prayer, and then I can say a big thank you to everyone for joining. Over to you, moderator. Okay, so yes.
All right, thank you, James. I can see Blessing Lina Son Abi raising up her hand.
Yes, Blessing.
Yeah, but just before Blessing comes up, so I noticed a couple of people who we promised earlier that we were going to close early, still being here and not wanting to just someone to say something in my DM. So I think what we should do is do the closing prayer. Then at the after party, everyone can have what they want to say. Right? Is that fine?
Great.
Some people can officially leave before, right? Because they need to go.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. Before the prayer, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you for taking out your time to show up and to log in today. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that have been able to join. And for those who will be listening to this recording later, I want to say thank you for the support and for believing in me and for having this in your plan today. And I want to say God bless you. God bless you, God replenish you, and God increase you, God expand you. And I pray that in this new week and beyond, that the Lord would cause his showers of blessing to rain over you all. For everyone who stayed, I want to say thank you to Afokbe Olubeson. I want to thank you, Mommy Afokbe. That's Mrs. Naomi Olubeson. Thank you, Mr. Adioye Olawale. Thank you so much. Olalekan. Thank you, Olalekan Samuel. Thank you, Rhoda James. Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Mayoko. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Faith Emmanuel. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Mr. Hayoride. And yes, thank you to my special hosts, which is Ruth. Thank you so much. And thank you to my moderator, which is Faith Emmanuel. I want to say a big thank you to you guys. And yes, God bless you. So over to you, Mommy, Mrs. R.
Okay, just before Mommy Naomi comes up for the closing prayer, thank you so much, everyone, for allowing me to be your host for James Popola's book launch titled Crossing Limits, 10 Proven Tips to Achieve More with Less. My name is Faith Emmanuel. I'm a corporate event host. I am constantly in between helping people become better versions of themselves and personal development. So my handle is on IG. My handle is in the comments. So my IG handle is in the comments. So just reach out if you need to. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ruth. I said that great job. Thank you so much. Mommy Naomi, it's time for you to give us the closing prayer. You can have the floor. Thank you so much, Ma.
We give God all the glory, and we want to say thank you to the God of heaven on behalf of James Popoola. And I know that which he has planted in him, he will bring forth good fruits in the mighty name. Lord, our Father, we give you praise because you have already ordained this day, and you have made it the day that we will rejoice in and be glad in. Thank you, Father, for setting this day aside for this purpose. Lord, we ask, oh Lord, that which you have started in the life of your Son, you will complete and perfect it in the mighty name of Jesus. The ingredients you have already imbibed for him to be great, and for him not to be great only locally, even internationally, as it has been said by so many people. Lord, we pray that grace will be upon him, for him to be great with the seed planted in him, the mighty name of Jesus Christ. He will go places to impact people. He will go places to better version of himself. Go places to represent you and to represent the kingdom through the seed we have given unto him, even through every aspect that is going to be useful in your hand. In the mighty name of Jesus. I say thank you because of this book launch. We say this is just the beginning, and we decree and declare. I decree and declare that as he has started this, you will breathe more on him, and we bring so much. It will bring forth growth in the mighty name. Your hand will be upon you for good in the name of Jesus. All the good people around him, people you have been using for him, even those that are not here, Lord, you will multiply your grace upon their lives.
Amen.
For all of them, they will be a great and beautiful and wonderful family. And you will be them to be great and great and great in all their endeavors in the mighty name of on all platforms they are meeting. Father, you will be with them, and you begin to give them better wisdom, good wisdom, them to prosper their ways in the mighty name of Father. We are thankful. We are giving you praise. Blessed be thy name forever. In Jesus' wonderful name we have prayed.
Amen. 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 Thanks so much, Ma. I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful. Thank you, mommy. Thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Yes. Over to you.